NASCAR responds to the Mexico rumors. We have a court date for the next step in the 23XI Front Row Motorsport versus NASCAR case, and Cadillac is finally official in F1, so let's get into it. Coming up next. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good today. All right, NASCAR has responded to the Mexico rumors, speaking with Bob Bockrus. And I did include this in the first video, but a lot of people, fairly enough, didn't make it to the end of that video. So here we go. We're going to do it at the top of this one. There have been rumors for several weeks that Mexico race won't happen, even though NASCAR brought drivers to Mexico last week and had Mexican media at COTA this past weekend. I talked to NASCAR this morning. They are adamant that the Mexico race is good to go. So there you go, NASCAR coming out and telling Bob Bockrus, who of course is a great and reliable source, and NASCAR saying that they are adamant the Mexico race is going to happen. A point of interest, though, that a lot of people are talking about, and he even acknowledged that there have been a lot of rumors. So he actually acknowledged that the rumors are out there in the garage, that there have been a lot of rumors that the Mexico race won't happen, but he does go further into detail as to why some of these rumors might be coming out. So let's take a look at that as well. Rumors of the Mexico race not happening likely stem from current state of relations between the two countries, and there are some in the garage who have anxiety about going, just like there was some, maybe not to the same extent, about racing in Chicago. I fully expect it to happen. So there you go. He also acknowledges that some of it is based on geopolitical stuff like that, and then some of it is based on safety. Those are the concerns, and that's probably where the rumors are coming from. But the big thing is, I put it at the end of the video. A lot of people didn't make it there, so there you go. I put it at the beginning of this one, so everybody is up to speed. NASCAR did respond to the Mexico rumors, and according to NASCAR, it is going to happen. If anything else happens in the story, we will follow up on that as well. But as of right now, according to NASCAR, Mexico is on. U.S. Court of Appeals has set May 9th as the hearing date for NASCAR's appeal of the district court granting injunction to require NASCAR to allow 23XI and Front Row Motorsports to remain as a charter teams while pursuing the lawsuit. For your information, appeals court decision likely would come approximately 2 to 6 weeks later. Okay, so the first reason that's important is that 23XI and Front Row Motorsports will continue to be a chartered team up until May 9th when that particular court proceeding happens. And according to Bob Bockrus' timeline, you have 2 to 6 weeks after that, which would put you around May 23rd or June 20th at the latest. So there you go, June 20th, basically 23XI, or May 23rd, basically 23XI and Front Row Motorsports are guaranteed to be a charter team until then. And possibly after that, depending on which way that particular decision goes. The other interesting thing about this is the pace of this trial has slowed down significantly, so it looks like it's going to be a very, very long process. Will it get done this year? Will it not get done this year? Who knows? So it's just going to drag on and get longer and longer. And is this a strategy from NASCAR to maybe drain 23XI, Front Row Motorsports bank accounts by just extending this out and contesting every single aspect of it that can be contested? But then again, 23XI and Front Row Motorsports have contested stuff from NASCAR too. So maybe both of their strategies is to just stretch this thing out as long as possible. I think at the end of the day, it is still going to get settled out of court. I think they're all going to sit down at a table at some point and figure out a resolution for this. What that resolution is, I don't know. But that's just a guess. They could also take it all the way to the end, get a court ruling on it, and see where we go from there. But that is the latest in the update on the case. This from NBC Sports. It's official. The Cadillac Formula One team will join the grid next year, gaining final approval from F1 and its governing body on Friday. The GM-backed American team secured conditional approval last fall to pursue its big ambitions in the pinnacle of motorsport. Now the sport says it has met the necessary requirements to become the 11th team competing on the track. So it's finally official, conditional approval. All of those things were met for Cadillac to become the official second American or U.S. team over there on the F1 grid, and it will happen in 2026. The other team, of course, being Haas. And although Haas started out well, I think in 2018 or somewhere in there, they had a 5th in the Constructors' Championship. It has been a slow grind for them ever since. They haven't made a ton of, I don't know, just progress really. They typically finish 7th to 8th most years in the Constructors' Championship out of 10 at the time. So not necessarily great, but their official numbers are this. In 190 races, 307 points total. They do have 1 pole and 3 fastest laps, so not necessarily much to write home about. So the Cadillac F1 team doesn't have a high bar to pass necessarily to be the best American team in the sport. The FIA Formula One Championship expansion to an 11th team in 2026 is a milestone. GM Cadillac brings fresh energy. FIA President Mohammed bin Sulayem said in a statement, the Cadillac Formula One team's presence in the paddock will inspire future competitors and fans. Their entry strengthens our mission to push motorsports boundaries to the highest level. The team is a product of a partnership between GM and Cadillac, which will build the power unit, and TWG Motorsport, the parent company of Andretti Global, will build the cars. So there you go. They have a completely different strategy and approach than Haas, and we will see how it plays out. They are going to be a full works team, whereas Haas is essentially a customer team. They're going to have their own chassis built, and they are going to eventually, not the first couple of years, they'll be using another engine, but eventually they will have their own engine program as well. So full works team, completely different strategy, completely different level of spending, I'm sure, as well, too. But there you go. That is really good news, in my opinion, that we have an F1 team from the United States that is going to make an effort to be really good. Not a shot at Haas or anything like that. They're doing the best they can. But this team looks like it could absolutely be legit at some point in the future. I don't expect them to be great right out of the gate, but I do hope at some point in the future they can compete for something, for wins and stuff like that, as Haas historically has not competed for wins. So a breath of fresh air for the American fans. Whether it comes to fruition or not, that is anybody's guess. This is typically a NASCAR channel, but I did think Cadillac going to F1 was really, really cool, so I did want to mention something about it here. All right, second video. That's going to do it for this one. Nothing extra after it this time. So that is going to do it for this one. If you made it this far, I would love to have your subscription. If not, I'll just keep making these things. And if you're already subscribed, you know I appreciate you all as well. And all right, enjoy the rest of your Friday. Peace.